Well, hello story chasers, this is Amber again, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that has been a huge problem for me since I've been, well, I guess when I hit Alabama, but even worse here in Florida, and that is those little nasty bugs that you can barely see called noseeums. Those things are awful. They're worse than mosquitoes, and I've talked a lot about it in some of my videos because, you know, in my videos I'm doing this travel vlog and I'm showing my experience and everything that's going on, and unfortunately that was part of my experience. And you guys gave me so many tips. I really appreciate it, and I probably have used every single one of them. I'm allergic to those nasty little buggers. I've never had an allergic reaction to bugs or anything like that. If you see the pictures that I'm showing you right now that show the red marks, the blistering, the almost whelps that these things caused, I was definitely having an allergic reaction. At one time I felt like I even had probably a little bit of a fever. I never did go to a doctor or anything like that. I thought about calling my teledoc, but by that time I thought I had figured out a solution. So that's what I want to share with you today. If you ever get bit by noseeums, or I think this might even work for mosquitoes, then this might be your saving grace. So I'm going to show you my exact steps of what I'm doing. So the first thing I want to talk about is prevention. I haven't exactly figured this one out just yet. I was using DEET and I felt like DEET worked sometimes and sometimes it didn't. I tried products that were non-DEET, did not absolutely work whatsoever. The next thing that I tried for prevention came from one of my YouTube subscriber members. In fact, I think several of you have actually mentioned this, but it's called no-see-ums. It is a natural insect repellent and you just spray it on and it actually smells really good. It says it works for noseeums, mosquitoes, black flies, and biting gnats. So far so good. I've been using this and I haven't had any issues. A lot of people recommended Skin So Soft. Did not work for me. And by the way, I'm just putting this disclaimer out there. Some of these things that you guys have mentioned, obviously they worked for you or else you wouldn't have been telling me about it. So some of them will work for you, some of them may not. I'm just telling you what has worked for me because I had an extreme case of it. So hopefully, again, this will help someone. So far, the no-see-ums spray has helped me. If you're looking for something like this, I bought it off of Amazon and you can find it in the link in my description box. It is on my Amazon store. The actual bites itself, so I'm going to tell you what I tried that didn't work. I tried cortisone 10. It's just basically like a pen and you put it on your skin, and it did not work for me. It actually felt worse, to be honest. So did not work for me. There is something going on out there. Ambulances and stuff going by. Sorry guys, I don't have a pristine place to do all of this in. I'm on the road all the time, so sometimes you're gonna hear things that you might not expect to hear. This one is called Afterbite and kind of the same as the cortisone 10. Did not work for me either. It might have taken the itch away briefly, but not really. So here is exactly what I did. So this is the first thing I use. It's called Bug Bite Thing. And this works for bee stings, mosquitoes, any kind of bug that bites you and puts venom in you or whatever. Something, at least leaves nasty stuff behind, right? You want to get it out. Use this. As soon as I got bit and I knew that I was bit, and sometimes you don't know with the noseeums because those things, like, it might be even a couple of hours before you know that you're even bit by them. But this acts as like a plunger. It's in the down position right now and you just pull this up to make it work. So what it is, it's basically just a suction. And the idea is to put it on your skin over the bite and you slowly pull up on it, maybe about halfway the first time, and hold it for 10 to 20 seconds. Then you release it. Then you do it 2 more times, and each time you pull up a little bit more so the suction is a little bit more. Now you want to make sure you do it so that it's not hurting you, but you can feel the suction. Okay, so you do that 3 times in total. So now you can see there's like a little bit of a mark on my hand from that. The idea behind it is that it pulls the venom out or whatever they put inside of you, and then you can just clean this inside area out. At one time I had over 40 bites on me, on my legs, my ankles, and then I had them a lot on my arms right here. So those were the main spots that they would bite me. And by the way, there's people who told me to wear long pants and long shirts. they still would get through. They'd either bite me through that, or they're just so tiny they can get in and bite you. The next thing I did was I used this thing called Bite Away. This is amazing. This takes the sting away like that, and it lasts a long time. So what it is you can see it has this little round circle right here. You put that circle in contact, so I'm going to use this as my bug bite, okay? You put that in contact with the bug bite, and you hit this button right here, and it'll light up, and then it gets hot. And it gets pretty hot fast, and it, like, that's too hot for me right there. And now it's done when you hear that second beep. Now that could have been in contact with my skin the whole time. You can get used to it being on your skin longer, the more accustomed you are to it, and sometimes the worse the itch is, the longer you can keep it on and it feels really, really good. But somehow or another, that heat takes the sting away and somehow actually makes it heal faster. So that's the second thing I did, was that. And guys, it is so, so effective. Now, I think a couple people had said to do like warm compresses. I think it probably acts the same way. So this thing, phenomenal. Love it. The next thing I do is the alcohol. I just put alcohol on a cotton swab and then I wipe it over the whole area. There's a lot of people who tell me about alcohol. Putting alcohol on there will stop the itch. They swore by it, and I was willing to try anything. I thought, how in the world can all these things not help, but alcohol can? Guess what? This worked amazingly. So the alcohol, not only did it take the sting away, for the longest period of time, it also really helped to dry it out. Then I was kind of going between either one of these. So I have Campho-Phenique, and I also have this Emu Joy Stick. I love this. It's got some really good stuff in it. It has emu oil in it and some other kinds of oils and essential oils that have been just really, really great. So if the bug bite was fairly mild, not too bad, I would put this on after the alcohol. Then if the bug bite was really bad, I would use the Campho-Phenique. Sometimes I would put the Emu Joy Stick on and this as well, but most of the time it was either or. This is kind of oily, so I would do this. I didn't want to do it at night because it would stain my sheets, so I would opt for this instead. But if it was really bad, I would still use this. Then the other thing that I did is I was taking some Benadryl, but it didn't seem to be working for me. So I bought Allegra. This is a 24-hour Allegra allergy medication, and it has an antihistamine in it. It's 24 hours non-drowsy for one pill, and that worked much better for me than the Benadryl did. This is all in combination, and that is what got all of my Noseeum bites to go away and make me feel a lot better. So there was a couple times that I got bit after my time down in Key West, maybe 4 or 5 times, and I did this method, and guess what? I didn't feel like I was itching all the time. I didn't feel like I wanted to itch, and the bug bites didn't swell up or go crazy on me like they did before. That is exactly what worked for me. I know it's a lot, but I was desperate, and with that combination, I felt like I wasn't having a severe allergic reaction every single time. It was curing the bites much faster, less painful, and it was also clearing them up really, really quickly. Before, when I wasn't using that stuff, it was so bad, guys. I could not even express to you how bad it was. I was losing sleep because of it. I was miserable, absolutely miserable. I think what I have here, at least it works for me, but again, hopefully that is something that can help you too. People who live here in Florida, a lot of them said that they've never had any issues. Maybe like when you were a kid, you were bit by them and you kind of become immune to the bite. It's almost like having a vaccination or something. And your body knows how to deal with the venom and the poison in your body after a while. Mine didn't, because I've never been bitten by a noseeum. So I don't know, maybe it'll act differently now, especially that I'm gonna be on the East Coast for a while, so let's hope so. If not, I've got all of these things to help fix it. I hope that helped you guys, and again, if there's any of those products that you like that you saw me use, except like the alcohol and things like that, I have a link in my description box below and in the pinned comment, so you can go check those out. Thanks everyone, keep story chasing, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.